Guys who just went with a mobile phone and a flag and a song. They were not armed, they were not dangerous, they were shot like wild animals. Those cops are still going in this country free. And you're praying. What are you praying? Me, I'm not praying. You pray. Me, I'm not praying. I'm not praying again for cops. Anti-corruption. Do what you're supposed to do. Simple. Wild cops. Cops escorting goons.
Next Wednesday 25th itakuwa public holiday. Kwa heshima ya watoto wetu.
We are there, we shall provide enough and good security, the plans we have drawn, to ensure every other person who is going to participate, and even those who are not participating, will be safe.
We want to tell you, you sponsor of violence, you Mr. Bloodshed, Kenyans do not want violence. Kenyans do not want bloodshed.
Now the sun blazed over Nairobi on June 25th, 2024, as thousands of young Kenyans flooded the streets, their voices rising in a unified chant, "Reject Finance Bill 2024. The air was thick with tension, the kind that crackles before a storm. These weren't just protesters, they were a generation, Gen Z, fed up with the government proposing tax hikes that would choke an already struggling populace. The Kenya Finance Bill 2024, with its 16% tax on goods and services and increased import duties, had ignited a fire. By midday, the crowd surged toward the Kenyan Parliament building, tearing through police barriers. The unthinkable happened. Protesters stormed the hallowed halls, setting part of the building ablaze, stealing the ceremonial maze, and forcing MPs to flee through underground tunnels. But the victory came at a cost. Police opened fire, killing at least 19 peaceful demonstrators and injuring over 200, according to the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. The nation was stunned. This wasn't just a protest, it was a revolution. Unlike past demonstrations led by political heavyweights like Raila Odinga, this movement was leaderless, fueled by social media platforms like X, TikTok, and Instagram. Young Kenyans, armed with smartphones and hashtags like Occupy Parliament and Reject Finance Bill 2024, translated the bill into local languages, leaked MPs' phone numbers, and used AI tools to educate the masses. The result? A nationwide uprising that spread to 43 of Kenya's 47 counties, from Nairobi's bustling streets to rural towns like Eldoret and Nyeri. Even Raila Odinga, the so-called father of protests, had never pulled such crowds. The youth's message was clear. Power belongs to the people, and President William Ruto was forced to listen. On June 26th, he vetoed the bill, conceding, "The people have spoken."
And listening keenly to the people of Kenya, who have said loudly that they want nothing to do with this Finance Bill 2024, I concede, and therefore I will not sign.
Fast forward to June 2025, and the embers of that uprising are flaring again. As the one-year anniversary of the 2024 protests approaches, Gen Z is planning a national day of remembrance to honor those killed, including Rex Masai, David Chege, Erickson Mutisia, Eric Shieni, and Evans Kiratu. Social media posts call for countrywide marches across all 47 counties on June 25th, starting at 10 a.m., with vigils and gatherings in Nairobi's Central Business District on June 24th and 25th. The youth are demanding justice for the 60 lives lost in the last year's crackdown and an end to police brutality. But authorities are on edge, urging calm to prevent unrest, while some warn politicians against hijacking the movement for political gain. The government, led by President Ruto, is visibly shaken. Politicians like Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and William Kamket have issued stern warnings to protesters, threatening consequences. Ruto's camp insists on order, but the youths are undeterred.
We have had people saying that June 25th will be a public holiday. There is no public holiday on June 25th. It is a working day. If at all it falls on a weekday, we must move forward. Whatever people are trying to recreate for the Gen Z movement, we want to tell them that is a thing of the past.
Wangenipatia hii nafasi kidogo mahali penye kuna sheria ya uongozi ya usalama. Watu wangenyoroka peke yao. Kwa sababu nchi huwezi endesha kama soko.
Hata kama unafanya maandamano, tafadhali usikubali mtu akutumie, ule mtu wa koti moja akutumie kwa mambo ya violence. Kwa sababu violence ikuja katika Kenya, yeye ako na pesa, atatoa watoto wake naende nao Amerikani, atatoa watoto wake ataenda nao kule Europe, lakini wewe kama kijana mdogo utabaki hapa bila taifa.
Walilia kwa rungu hiyo kidogo ya juzi, lakini wacha wajaribu wiki hii. Wale vijana watatoka sehemu hii watawaonyesha maana ya kukimbia ni nini. Hiyo matumbo yao imejaa mafuta, tutawakimbiza mpaka mafuta yote iishe kwa mwili.
Kuandamana kuko katika katiba, lakini kuvunja mali ya watu kwa sababu ya maandamano ni uhalifu. So those who call for demonstrations must also bear the greatest responsibility when looting and destruction of property takes place.
Tunajua wako na njama ya kuendesha hiyo fujo. Tumeambia Inspector General wa polisi, haijalishi mtu ni nani ama nani, kama unaleta fujo, kama unapanga fujo, shika, peleka kotini.
The only thing that we should not condone as a country are the anarchists who are threatening to burn down our country, to burn down our institutions, and bring down a republic that our forefathers have struggled to give in this country.
The nation trembles again, not because of legislation, but because of a constitutional truth. The people hold the power. Amid this tension, an unexpected voice has joined the fray. Kenya's churches, traditionally neutral. Religious institutions are now embroiled in the conflict. Catholic youths have taken to the streets, praying for justice and appealing for public understanding. Some pastors have issued advisories to both protesters and the government, warning against violence and calling for peace. This marks a seismic shift, as institutions once silent now stand with the people.
Guys who just went with a mobile phone and a flag and a song. They were not armed, they were not dangerous, they were shot like wild animals. Those cops are still going in this country free. And you're praying. What are you praying? Me, I'm not praying. You pray. Me, I'm not praying. I'm not praying again for cops. Anti-corruption. Do what you're supposed to do. Simple. Wild cops. Cops escorting goons. And you're praying for them. You're praying for what? Do you have a system? Do you have a police code? Yes, you do. Do you follow the police code? What are you supposed to be praying if you have a police code? I have been in countries that don't pray like Kenya, and there is order. We need God to touch our head, and don't expect God to do what you're supposed to do for yourself. Simple. The time to hide under prayers is over. Do what you're supposed to do. Let God do what He alone can do. But these are the things. I'm not going to pray to dig. I'm not going to pray to plan. I will plan. What I will pray for is the weather, which I cannot control.
Former Chief Justice David Maraga has also delivered a stark warning to President Ruto. When you allow goons to disperse peaceful demonstrators, you are sending us to the state of Haiti.
Mine is a short message. First, I want to thank the judges for this service. This coming together as churches is to tell everybody that the Gen Zs who died and who are being killed are our children. And we can't stand idle and watch as they die. Number two, I have one short message to President Ruto. President Ruto, the ultimate security and welfare of the people of Kenya rests in your hands. Please don't send us to the state where Haiti is. When you allow goons to come and disperse peaceful demonstrators on the streets, you are sending us to Haiti. Please stop that. You have the ability to stop. If you wanted to stop it, you will stop it even today. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
As Nairobi braces for what's next, one truth remains: Kenya is not asleep anymore. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Bushabi Jr.